Hello my quilting friends! My name is Leah Day and welcome to the Leaf Peepers Quilt Along. Today we're getting started with block 1. It's this beautiful green and gold block and I'm going to teach you how to piece the unit that you need for this block, and it's a half square triangle. So let's jump on the machine and learn how to piece half square triangles together. So I'm getting started making all the half square triangles for our first block. And I've just taken the right fabrics and stacked them together, right sides together, and then marked a diagonal line from corner to corner across the top. And of course with batik fabrics, there really isn't a right or wrong side. Just make sure if you're working with something different, with some prints, that you've stacked those right sides together. And then I like to mark with my ceramic marking pencil, just line it up corner to corner, and mark that line carefully. So there we go. So with all of those marked and stacked up, ready to go, I'm going to take this machine and we're going to stitch 1/4 inch to either side of that marked line. So I'm here at the machine and I want to go over a few things that I do to get started whenever I'm piecing anything on my machine. First off, I've attached 1/4 inch patchwork foot. I'm going to drop that foot down and hang on to those thread tails as I take a few stitches on. And then now I want to drop my stitch length down just so I'm producing a really nice, tight, consistent stitch. So I lower that down to 1.5 millimeters. So now I'm going to stitch to the edge of the scrap. And what this scrap does is it basically keeps my machine in stitching mode and it wastes less bobbin thread. It's really nice. Now, one slightly weird thing about my patchwork foot is I've noticed that I need to dial over the needle just one little bit, and that pops it over so it's perfectly accurate and right in the center of the foot. That's just something unusual for what I'm doing with this foot on this machine. You probably won't have to do that. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now I'm going to lift up on the foot slightly and tuck those fabrics right underneath the foot and then start stitching. And I'm just lining up the edge of my foot with that marked line. And just stitch on down. You can see those really nice tight stitches. Here, let me zoom in and you can see how beautiful those stitches look. So here we go. Just keeping the edge of that foot right in line with the line. And then I can grab the next half square triangle and you can chain piece. Chain piecing is just a little faster. It allows you to speed through all of the pieces and then you don't have to stop and break thread as much, which also wastes less bobbin thread. So it's a good thing. And the nice thing about this patchwork foot I'm using is you get 1/4 inch to either side if you move the needle over ever so slightly. And so I can stitch to either side. I can go to the left or to the right. And you just want to make sure that those pieces stay nicely stacked on top of one another. And then, yeah, you can put your foot down. You can speed up a little bit because this does get a little boring. You know, you're just stitching right along that marked line and it's very easy piecing. The nice thing about half square triangles is they're almost bulletproof. Like you could do this all kinds of wrong and it would not matter because what we're going to do is we're going to cut these apart and then we're going to trim them down. So even if your 1/4 inch seam allowance is off, even if even if a lot of things are off with this, it doesn't matter. You've got lots of wiggle room and it doesn't have to be perfect. So here we go. I'm going to piece this one and then we're going to clip that chain and we're going to piece back through to add that second line of stitching right down the middle. Now I'm going to clip this off. Just clip the little bit of thread right between the chains, just like that. And then now I can slip this piece under, and here's the line of stitching I've just done. And then now I want to stitch 1/4 inch to the opposite side of that line. And I want you to notice something. As I lift up on my presser foot, I lift it up, and then I slide those pieces so that it's right next to the needle. And what that does is it kind of puts the fabrics in jail so that the very next stitch is onto the fabric. And they can't slide, they can't slip out of shape. It doesn't matter quite so much for half square triangles, but that's a little tip that can be really helpful when you're piecing like the rows of your blocks together. That can make a really big difference. Okay, I'm just going to piece right back through my scrap charger so that way you can see what this looks like when it's all finished. There we go. So there we go. That's what we're going for whenever we piece a half square triangle with this method. 2 parallel rows of stitching, 1/4 inch away from the center diagonally marked line. So you want to take your time and do all of your half square triangles the exact same way, and then we're going to cut them apart. So I'm just using a pair of scissors here. You could also use a rotary cutter and your ruler to guide this, but it's just sometimes easier just to grab a pair of scissors and slice right down that marked line. There we go. And now we have 2 half square triangles. So I'm going to open this up and finger press that seam allowance open. Now you might be wondering why I do this. I like these blocks to finish up very flat and very accurate too. And when that seam allowance is pressed to one side, it just can make things really lumpy. So it reduces the bulk of the quilt when you press the seam allowances open. And I feel like I can do that, I can get away with that because I pieced with a short stitch length. I changed that stitch length, remember, to 1.5 millimeters. So now I'm just pressing with a hot, dry iron, and that flattens out that seam completely, so that way it's ready to go. Now, this is actually not the correct size for a half square triangle. So we have one more step. We need to trim this down to the right size so it's going to fit in our pattern perfectly. So here I've lined up my rulers so that the 45-degree mark is running along that seam line. And you want to be really careful about this because if it's off slightly, then your unit's not going to turn out the right size. So make sure to line that up nicely. And then we're going to cut one side at a time. So I'm going to make that cut. Then we're going to rotate the entire thing around and I'm going to shift the ruler too. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just trimming up 2 edges. And we're actually going to be cutting off quite a bit from these shapes. We piece them very large so that way we have more than enough room to trim them down accurately. So please don't feel like, trimming down is a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing because it ensures that you're going to get a perfectly accurate unit. So just refer to your quilt pattern for the size that you need to trim these down to. This is exactly how I do it. I first trim up 2 sides, then I line up my ruler again. So I have the 45-degree line plus the finished size of the unit here on my ruler. And then I make that cut. And I'm pressing firmly with my hands as I make that cut. So now this last cut, you're going to be lining up all 3 things at once. You're going to be lining up, actually 4 things. We're going to be lining up the 45-degree line, the line we just cut with the bottom edge of the ruler, the 2 lines that we cut first, with those 2 sides of the ruler, all of that lines up really nicely, just like so. And then you make that final cut. Take your time with this, please. Please resist the temptation if you get your piece lined up like this. There's a good temptation to slice right across the top. Please don't do that. I really cut myself badly doing that once. It's really safest to cut with your dominant hand, always just one side at a time. It takes a little bit more time, but trust me, cutting yourself is no fun. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you learned a lot about piecing half square triangles and you're excited about giving it a try as you piece your very first block for the Leaf Peepers quilt. Now, if you'd like to see a step-by-step tutorial on how to piece this block, you can find one that Sherry has made for you, and that's going to be posted at wholecirclestudio.com. So make sure to check that out, and remember, you can join in the fun and make the Leaf Peepers quilt with us anytime. Find the pattern at leahday.com/leaf. Until next time, let's go quilt.